You only get to play a game for the first time once. This is the first time in what seems like forever that I am completely unspoiled for a game. I haven't been on Twitter for weeks just to avoid spoilers, and it feels like I've been waiting my entire life for this game to release. I was on the verge of actual tears just before clicking start, and my only worry was that I was too excited. Maybe it wouldn't meet my stupid high expectations. But things changed quickly from there. I was instantly immersed in a world I already knew, but with so many things changed. You see, I was worried that with the same game world and the same combat mechanics, the game just wouldn't feel new. It wouldn't feel magical or inspiring. There might not even be challenges that couldn't be overcome with the old ways. But it's not just the DLC. Everything changed except for the most basic of combat. A sword is still a sword, and a shield, and bows function as usual. And the abilities, they're still abilities, and they're similar to the old ones, yet so different and fresh somehow. You can fuse weapons with junk on the ground or with other weapons, you can fuse arrows with materials, and shields with Zonai power-ups. It's crazy and incredibly fun, and at times it's kinda goofy. There are new enemies, what seems like lots of them, but with the old ones still around. Bokoblins, Moblins, Keese, but with the new types of them that I still don't even know how to damage. The abilities aid both in combat and in traversal, and they give shrines a great new, fresh feeling. For the first hour or two, I really thought I was going to be let down with this game. Sure, the visuals were beautiful, and of course, I had no idea where the story was going, so I couldn't really be disappointed with that. But it just felt a lot like the same old Breath of the Wild. But then I unlocked the abilities, and everything changed. Literally everything. You can interact with so many parts of this world with the abilities, unlike Breath of the Wild. In Breath of the Wild, you could use ice on water, and that's it. Magnetism on iron stuff, and that's it. The stopping time was cool, but not super useful outside of combat, and of course bombs for exploding stuff. But in Tears of the Kingdom, instead of a magnetic ability, Ultra Hand is more of a telekinesis and attaching or building ability. You can pick up most things with it, move them around, drop them to break them or to damage enemies, attach items together to build functioning machines or bridges. You can do damn near anything you can imagine, and that's just one ability. And then you have Fuse, which can add most ground items and materials onto a weapon, one per weapon, which can increase durability or damage, or add extra effects like fire to your arrows. You can even attach two weapons together, like two spears or polearms for example, for a super long attack range. And no more running around trying to find a sledge for ore, just attach a rock to any weapon for a rock hammer. And then you've got Ascend. This one is pretty simple, but big in its effects. It basically allows you to warp through any surface above you, well, for the most part. Some things are too high and out of range, others are odd surfaces that are not the right size for Link to go through. But you can use it to sneak up under enemies, to gain height advantage, or even to escape some enemies. And finally, you have Recall. This is the replacement to Stasis. Instead of just stopping time for a relatively short period, you can reverse it for a single object. And it can be reversed for what seems like the entirety of its movement, but I haven't tested it. But with that, it means every single ability helps you traverse the world. Recall lets you reverse rotors or water wheels so you can climb them. Ultra Hand lets you build things to cross otherwise uncrossable waters or gaps. Fuse lets you make bomb arrows to clear rocky blockages. And Ascend, well, it lets you ascend. There is so much unique movement and things to try to fuse together or build, and I still don't have all the abilities, just the tutorial ones. And basically, in all of those words, I've only described a single part of the new gameplay as compared to Breath of the Wild, in the first few hours of gameplay. I'm still totally blind as to how everything can function together, and only know so much as the basics. It is a completely new game, even if it is familiar land with familiar combat as its base. It is just so much more. If you haven't played Breath of the Wild, you don't need to in order to enjoy this game. Tears of the Kingdom is extremely enjoyable. well put together, and honestly, even more challenging. All I can say, without spoiling anything, is that in my first 5 hours or so, I've seen things. Things of impossible magnitude, seemingly impossible to beat in my current state. I am so ready to experience the rest of this game, so I hope to take you along with me. Please like and subscribe for that future content. Enjoy this game to its fullest, and I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.